Hey everyone, just want to take a few minutes today to discuss with you about how to prepare for the closing when you're purchasing your new home. So by now you have already done your walkthrough, which will be right before the closing or typically the day before. If there are no issues that came up during the walkthrough, then you're great, you're good to go. But if there are and you're still set to close, then you want to make sure there's something in place that's going to remedy those issues before you actually start signing the paperwork. Because in reality, once you sign paperwork, you now own the home. So typically at a closing, it'll be you as the buyer, your representative, which will be your buyer's agent, the seller, the listing agent, your title representation, and also the seller's title representation. Depending on the transaction, those things could be different. For instance, if for some reason you and the seller can't agree on a time that works for both of you to be there, the seller can close before you do, so they can have their closing scheduled the day before, and you can close later. The closing will typically be at the listing agent's office, but if for some reason, let's say their office is in Canton and the house that you purchase is in West Bloomfield, then a lot of times they can possibly rearrange the schedule for the closing being West Bloomfield so that you and the seller can conveniently get to the closing at a reasonable time. Just be prepared to sign a lot of paperwork. The amount of paperwork that you have to sign will be typically depending on the lender that you've chosen. Some lenders will have you sign tons of papers. Some will have you sign less. There'll be a time when the seller's title company and your title company will need to make copies of everything. So usually around this time frame, you're just waiting, and which is a perfect time for you to ask the seller questions about the neighborhood, how are the neighbors, when is garbage day, things like that, so you can really understand more about what you're getting into for this new home. Typically, the closing should only take about 45 minutes up to an hour. But I always tell my clients, be prepared for 2 hours, because some closings will actually take 2 hours depending on if there's an issue or somebody didn't bring something they're supposed to bring. You don't want to be in a rush to get somewhere because you only were prepared for 45 minutes to an hour. But that's essentially it. If there is no occupancy on the home, you'll get the keys, everything that day. Hopefully the seller will have brought manuals and the garage door openers, everything that you should have for the house. But that's pretty much essentially it. If you have any questions, please email me at closewithpatrice@gmail.com, or you can leave a comment below. All right, thanks. Have a good one. Bye.